Last season, our players dove headfirst into a game unlike anything they've seen before. They took risks.
I'm ready to fucking go.
At this point, I think I'm shooting myself in the foot either way.
Fought hard.
Everyone wants a piece. Listen,
It's a yes or no, baby.
If you're a clown, you should have a big red nose.
I don't like you at all.
And gave it everything they had.
I'm a homosexual.
I thought I was gonna win.
Some risked it all while others played it safe, but in the end, only one earned the title of Fight or Flight champion. This season, our players may think they know what they're in for, but they have no idea. With powers, temptations, a new currency, and $100 up for grabs, this is anyone's game. 13 newcomers, 2 fan favorites, and more twists and turns than ever before. Fight or Flight Season 2 starts now.
First entering the Zoom, I am like so nervous.
Cheers.
What's everybody drinking?
I feel so relieved once I see that other people are drinking, so I'm like, oh cool, I can now go grab a White Claw and settle in.
I have a tequila soda going on, but with mango liqueur.
Yeah, yours looks the fanciest.
Everyone starts chatting, and I automatically just kind of start to be less nervous.
Hey everyone, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Yo, what's good, guys? My name is Anthony. I am 19 years old. I look young, but I am actually that age. I am from Brooklyn, New York. That's right. I got the accent and everything. So I'm a tough person, but I'm also really funny.
Oh, your name's Anthony, so that's perfect.
I know, right? It's gonna be mad confusing, but
Wow.
You already know I'm going to try and win this game as best as possible.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Starting the game felt really strange because I don't know anyone.
Looking around, I'm already starting to try to pick up on people's vibes.
I am excited to meet new folks and make friends and hopefully not make too many enemies.
Welcome to the second season of Fight or Flight. As you might already know, I'm your host, Anthony, and I hope you're all as excited as I am to get this season started.
I'm feeling nervous, but at the same time, I'm excited.
Oh, I get the butterflies in the stomach.
I am pretty unfamiliar with the premise of Fight and Flight, and so I would say I have absolutely zero expectations.
It is so overwhelming, and I don't know what I'm gonna do at this point. But just try to sweet talk and kiss ass to the end. That's the goal.
Last season, our players fought hard for the crown, and this season it's gonna be no different. If you want to win this game, you're going to need to put in all you've got over the next 35 days. So are you up for the challenge?
Heck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Because this season will be filled with more twists than ever before. So now is as good a time as any to introduce our first twist of the night.
When it comes to chaos, you can just always add more, and I don't think he's holding back this time.
Knowing that there's going to be a lot more twists and turns this season than last season is very scary because you never know what's going to happen next.
As you may have noticed, there are only 13 of you in the Zoom, which means we're still missing some people. Who are they? Well, they've been patiently waiting in the waiting room, so why don't we let them in?
Right off the bat, shouldn't have expected that the cast was the cast. The first thing I thought I knew was wrong.
It started to all click for me. I was kind of expecting that 2 more people were going to be coming into the game because immediately when I entered the Zoom, it did seem a little sparse. Oh my god.
Yes! Round 2, baby, let's do it! Hopefully I'm here a little bit longer this time.
Please welcome back Matt and CJ from season 1. They're here for their second chance in this competition.
Hello, it's your girl CJ, and I'm back for season 2 of Fight or Flight. I'm so excited to be back and in the game, playing with everyone again.
I am so happy to be back. Last time I just felt very self-conscious. I felt like other people knew each other, and I felt on the outs from the beginning. And now I feel like I am here to actually play. I'm here to play hard, make a lot of relationships, and make it to the end.
Season 1 was a little rocky. Definitely didn't necessarily go the way I thought it would.
Take it back.
Oh my god!
No. What?
I'm sorry, CJ, but you have been eliminated from the competition.
So I'm really excited to have a fresh start and a new chance to win the game.
I really want to prove myself, and I really want to redeem myself. I think redemption is my theme through this season, as I want to show to not only my fellow competitors, but to the world that I am actually a smart person. I can actually make personable connections with people, and I'm more than just a drama queen.
That's what you get for wearing a t-shirt.
At least look nice. It's the premiere episode.
I mean, bold. Just say, what have you got on? A dusty flannel? I mean, that's not a personal attack. It's just a fact.
I definitely think that my fatal flaw last year was that my social game was a little bit insulated. I kind of stuck with the same group of people for, my whole run. So this season, I definitely want to make sure that I'm reaching out to different people, kind of broadening my social game a little bit, making sure I have my hands in, a couple different conversations so I have a better idea of what's actually going on in these votes.
So I saw a couple surprised faces. Who's shocked right now?
I am absolutely ecstatic that CJ and Matt are in the game.
I actually had a little bit of an inkling that at least someone who got voted off early might come back this season. That being said, I'm particularly excited that it is CJ and Matt that are here, so yay, and glad that CJ gets a third chance.
She obviously got more of a chance to redeem herself last season, but I think it's freaking awesome that she's getting this third shot, and I'm honestly just really, really excited to play with her and with Matt.
Yeah, definitely two really great players. So I'm excited to get to play this game with you guys. She is definitely somebody that I want on my side. Matt, I'm pretty excited about as well. I want to reach out to him. I want to reach out to them both and see where that takes us. But I'm more inclined to keep CJ around long term than Matt.
Awesome. Yeah, Anthony?
I've seen an episode or two, but I don't remember significant faces. So when these two people join the call, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I'm your biggest fan. But in reality, I'm like, hello, I don't know who you are. Matt and CJ, yeah, we're pretty cool. So yeah. You gotta act. This game is about faking it till you make it. And that's the goal, to make it to the end and win this cash prize. When I see these two people that have played a game like this in the past, I know they're instantly going to be targets. They're instantly going to be huge threats. So it's either, do I take them and get them to work with me, or do I snatch their wig before they could do it to me?
CJ and Matt, we're really happy to have you back. As returning players, you will both be safe this round. And additionally, you will have an important role to play in this round, which we will circle back to later.
Last season didn't go so well for me with round one, so to know that I'm definitely going to make it to round two is so exciting.
Oh, it was such a big weight off your chest because you never want to be the first one out, as CJ can attest. And I was honestly happier for CJ than I was myself, because now CJ doesn't have to deal with her PTSD.
Now that we officially have all of our players here, I want to offer you all a chance to get to know each other. That being said, I created random intro groups for each of you that you will be required to meet with. In this game, first impressions are everything, and being that you will only have 5 minutes per round, you do not want to waste any time.
Well, it's good to meet everybody. Happy to be back. So I saw Gabby, and I saw that red lip, and I instantly knew that red lip meant business. I did not play the game well at all. So I need like a real time where I like fully commit and like fully dedicate myself. So this is the time. She knows how to play that social game. And I thought, let me not be enemies with Gabby. I have to get in the ins with her right away.
So do you have a beautiful turtleneck instead of a dusty
Yes.
flannel?
Well, I was gonna say something about it. You can't say I'm wearing a dusty flannel. Instead, just say I'm wearing, I don't know, a thoughtful turtleneck. I may have worn a dusty flannel, but I always wore something better than Owen, so.
Yeah. Our energies combine well. I think that we have a dynamic that could work for the future.
It's like the faster person running away from a bear. You just got to be not the least fashionable person in the room.
I'm not a super outgoing person, and I see a lot of people that are very outgoing, so I'm getting a little bit nervous. So I've never played this game before, and you mentioned that you really want to play the game well this time, Matt. How do you play the game well?
I know you from somewhere, like your essence or something. I knew a costume designer in high school named Sheridan. Maybe they're the same person. So I go, that's a conversation for us later.
Have you watched the episodes previously, or are you completely new?
I have seen absolutely nothing. Already, the fact that I didn't watch the past season and don't know anything about the game is starting to feel like a disadvantage. I figured I would go into this blind, maybe that would actually be an advantage, but now I'm realizing that maybe that was the opposite of what I should have done.
Sheridan seemed a little bit quieter. I couldn't get a read on her, but seemed really nice. But that was the opportunity when I kind of decided to, especially with Matt there, kind of come out and recognize that I'm Claire's sister, and Gabby also knows Claire. My sister won last season, and I have I don't know who knows that. Like, I'm like, are people gonna
Keep it a secret. Keep it a secret. I want to get in the ins with her, see how she's alike, how she's different from Claire, and really get to know her.
I just not decided how to strategize that, but like if other people recognize, I don't know how much I look like
fun about it, like you are, and you're just like, yeah, whatever, and then people will also react with a whatever reaction.
Because I missed the intro because I was late coming from a plane delay, can I get people's pronouns again?
She, her. I actually didn't give my pronouns.
Oh, right, you weren't there, of course.
Also she, her.
I was under a lot of stress. My computer wasn't working, my camera wasn't working. I just switched to the iPad. Oof. Hi, sorry.
Hey.
How's it going?
He, they. Angelo? Man, he seemed so reluctant to tell me his pronouns. I was just asking him earlier. Angelo, right? Yes.
Oh. Yes, he, him.
Cool. I need you to bring in some enthusiasm. He, him. Okay, great. You know what I mean? CJ, I'm so excited that you're here. We have an expert among us. I'm really excited to be in the same group as CJ.
I'm glad to be back and to be safe for the first round. I'm gonna make it past the first episode for the first time.
I'm feeling like I'm gonna get a lot of advice about the game in the past, what I should be doing in these intro groups.
The power goes to people's heads so fast. Like, you gotta be grounded in who you are. Stuff gets crazy.
See, great tips already.
Angelo, I've also played in a previous game with, so I'm familiar with him.
I do. I remember Angelo. I remember you from that.
Andres did me dirty, actually. I don't know if you know this.
Oh, really?
Yo, we're roommates. We gotta make it to the end. Like, and then he cuts me off.
Angelo says that he got betrayed by his roommate in a previous game. So that puts something in my head where I immediately bring it up. You got done dirty by a roommate, and I feel like, CJ, let's make a pact. I would love to have some sort of roommate treaty with you. I think that would be really beneficial for starting this off. We and I used to live together in college, which is fun.
Even though I love her and I definitely want to work with her, I don't want other people to know that.
It seems that might be an alliance in the making. So I'm a little nervous about that. Fun, that's awesome.
Erica, you said you know Andres from last season?
I do. We went to college together and we worked together.
Off the bat, I'm vibing with Erica. She's friends with Andres from last season. I have a boyfriend who was on last season. Noah from season 1 is my boyfriend.
Oh my god, that's good. Sorry.
Yeah.
I loved Noah so much last season.
I love him dearly, but he did get kind of like a little bit of a himbo edit, I felt. And so it was just, I was roasting him throughout the entire season.
You gotta redeem him.
Yeah.
Really accurate. I just assumed he was actually a himbo, to be totally fair.
He's smarter than he came across on TV.
Jesse may be my favorite person so far.
I'm seeing that we could potentially work together, right? People might target us for the same reasons, so she's a strong ally for me to have, and I'm so thrilled that we seem to be clicking in this conversation.
I'm so excited to be back, guys. I'm so hyped.
Now that we've got a returning player in this group, it definitely is a different vibe. What's the biggest thing you learned season 1? I'm kind of just there trying to pick CJ's brain. Was there a difference between what you felt happened and like what you saw happen when it all played back?
Jesse seems to be an avid season 1 fan and want to chat about that, whereas Sheridan seems a little bit more skittish and just wants advice about how to build alliances and make it in the game.
Any advice for
Excited.
someone who knows nothing about this game and has never played this game before?
I start to realize that she could be a really helpful person to have an alliance with.
You got to kind of be on your social game. Like, I thought I was on my social game last season, and I was not.
I can provide some knowledge about the game and ways to play it, and she could be, a great vote and number to have on my side.
Did we have
Yes, we have played
chess
together.
games together? We have played together before.
Yes.
I know that he is an extremely strategic player.
You played a great game for how it was dealt to you.
+1.
Because it wasn't the fairest thing in the world. Let's throw that out there.
I'm happy to see him. He seems happy to see me, so I'm definitely, eyeing him for an alliance.
Finley, I like that we have very similar color combinations with our background. With the yellow, I have some yellow pillows. The white background is
Yep, and I've
always
got a
so
little
good.
some blue up there in that painting. So I feel like we're on the same page.
They're all talking. I'm just kind of sitting there like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to like get myself in there. Matt, you and CJ were like my 2 favorite people on the first season.
They instantly just started talking up me. They were like, oh my god, a veteran. And it just made me go, hello, I'm here. I just love that celebrity entrance this season, unlike last season where I just came in like this. But like, I just love talking about myself. So like, I feel like I spent a lot of time talking about my experience and everything. And then I was like, okay, let's not make this all about me. I know I'm amazing, but we gotta move on.
We just
Love
got
it.
the round 3 notification. I'll see you guys.
Yes.
They were all really nice. I wish I could have gotten to talk to them more.
Brooklyn, right?
I live in Brooklyn, yeah.
Same with me. Wow, very small world. Not even gonna lie, some of these girls in this game don't look bad. I am not gonna lie. Hey, nice to meet you.
You too. Okay.
I just gotta stop imagining and just focus on the game. How'd you guys find out about this game?
I did an in-person game with Anthony like a long time ago.
It was like 5 years ago.
Oh my god, forever.
These two know each other. So you guys know each other then, right?
Briefly, yeah.
Briefly?
Oh, yeah.
wow. Okay.
Once a blur of 24 hours 5 years ago. I was also trying to find out how much she remembered about that game because I did win that game.
How'd you guys do when you guys played your previous games? Did you guys go far? You guys were first ones out? Like, how'd you guys do?
Gabby and I have apparently played a game before. I didn't remember it, but Gabby totally remembered it, which I appreciate for reminding me of. Gabby, how did you do?
We both went pretty far. I wanted to kind of control the situation with Shresty so that she maybe would work with me instead of raising the flags to others that I could be a big target.
Gabby seems like a cool player. Gabby seems like she knows what she's doing and she's into it, and I want to kind of like learn a little bit more about her in the future.
From what I gathered from last season, though, alliances are, like, stronger when they're made up of people who are kind of both fight and flight. Like, I don't know if you guys watched last season, but that's why I thought the Claire, Noah, and Andres alliance actually did so well.
She is Andre's coworker, and so I'm suspecting that they may know who I am and may know I'm related to my sister, either because I look like her, sound like her, or there's just that knowledge knowing Andres. So I'm a little bit nervous. I decide not to mention anything.
But I'm gonna take what you said to heart, Erica, about like thinking about who synergizes well with who. So this way, like if it's a good idea to like team up with people, it stays solid and consistent, you know.
Ethan is very excited about the things that I'm talking about and just kind of coming in with like my ideas of strategy and stuff. People would be in alliances for like a singular episode, basically, and then it would just be done. And so
Too fragile.
It's too fragile. They were all very fragile for the most part.
Yeah.
One of a few. And that definitely has set us on a really good like beginning path, I think.
I really like that idea. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully we'll see where everyone lands, right? Yeah, right?
CJ!
Hey! Hello!
You're like famous to me now.
Oh my God, stop. Stop. You're so sweet.
I know Gabby and Emily from previous games. Erica, I'm not as familiar with, but she seems really cool, really energetic. I love her style. So I'm really excited to be in this group.
Gabby popped up on screen. I was like, oh, snap. Like, it's about to get zesty. Like, we're about to have...
That was my first thought when I saw Gabby too. I came into the chat. I'm like, yes, okay, a bad bitch is here. We are good.
I love this group. So it is my goal here to make a good first impression, get a rapport going, and make this a group that we can all come back to.
I feel like having watched it in the audience, I'm feeling too cocky right now. I'm like, I could do that. Like, I could get that word. I do that faster than that person did it. And I'm sure once you're in the moment, it's much different.
Yeah, Matt, the veteran, thank you for your service. I'm glad that I finally wound up in an intro group with Matt, because this is the setting where I can actually break the news to him that I am dating someone who got him out. About to trigger you a little bit. Noah, who sent you home, is my boyfriend. So I'm here to amend that burnt bridge.
That's so funny. Well, I love Noah, so I just created drama for the show.
I am so glad I brought it up now. It's not even a thing in my head anymore. That is not a factor that's going to affect our game this season. And now it's this point of connection because, yeah, we have a mutual friend. Oh. Do people know each other this season? Does anyone here know? I mean, Matt, you know CJ, but do other people know?
I know people from past games. Like, I'll be honest, I'll spill some tea.
Matt's already telling us, like, little tidbits about things that we should know. I get a little bit of tea.
This is bad. Don't say it's from me. Greta is Claire's sister.
Does the Claire deviousness run in the family? Should we keep an eye out?
I think so. I think she's like, honestly, she seems so sweet.
She seems really sweet.
Like, not, like, she doesn't play these games like how Claire does.
I don't know.
I've never used Skype before. I'm
literally saying, I have no idea. Like,
I could hear the cricket noises. Okay. Oh, wait.
Okay. Okay, we're all just kind of like sitting there staring at each other for a little bit, and then like somebody has to break the ice, so I guess it's gonna be me. Yeah, no, I'm really just like, I don't really care what happens, like, it doesn't matter to me, like, it's just like a fun thing, you know, like.
Right, oh wait. Oops.
We didn't really talk about anything like substantial about the game, you know, like we talked about The Sims. I downloaded The Sims like a few weeks ago and now my laptop's like, nope.
Oh, which Sim?
Oh, dang.
The most recent one. I think it's the 4th.
I think that our conversation maybe was a little awkward. It was a little quiet, but for me, I probably felt the most comfortable talking to them because I didn't feel like I needed to be super energetic.
I recently stopped watching The Bachelor, like very recently, but that was my show.
Bachelor Paradise is where it's at.
Bachelor in Paradise is that's the one thing like I'll probably watch this summer, but I'm so sick of the shenanigans.
Oh, yeah, I'm tired.
Hell yes. I am loving group 3. I come in and me, Anthony, and Greta are chatting.
Did you all watch like The Bachelorette recently?
Yeah.
Like Michelle, yeah. So I mean, once they picked Blake, I was like, I'm out.
It's very natural. We're just having a casual conversation. We are catching up on new episodes. I'm telling them everything about the new season, and we're loving it. There's just nothing to him. He's like, I want to be a dad, and I'm like, that is cool. Is there literally anything else about you? And there is. Thus far, there isn't.
Everybody's talking about The Bachelor, and I have absolutely no interest in that show.
And Bachelor relationships only last like a week after the show.
I know.
So it's
I'm
like.
really hoping Michelle and Nate make it.
What? Who? I know what it is. Obviously, I know what it is. Do I watch it? No. I've never been interested to watch it.
So,
I know nothing about that. So.
Yeah.
Zach, get on it.
Zach is bringing down the energy to me. He's clearly annoyed that we're talking about The Bachelor and not strategizing, I guess, 5 minutes into the game, basically.
So I guess I'll do a little bit more of a better introduction of myself than what we did earlier.
No one asked you to, Zach.
Huge fan of reality TV. started with like Fear Factor in the early 2000s.
And he proceeds to be giving us this history of how he found reality television, I assume, as if that's the only aspect of his personality there is.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's me.
I'm annoyed that he's here, I'm annoyed that he's bringing down the vibes, and I'm annoyed that he's annoyed that we're talking about The Bachelor. Get over yourself.
Nice.
I wasn't having really meaningful conversations with any of them. So before our 5 minutes were up, I wanted to make sure I told all of them, you guys are all good with me. If there's anything that, like, if I come into power, I can guarantee you that all three of you are safe.
Appreciate it. You're not tricking me. I know you're full of crap. So I gotta really keep an eye on you. Like, I do not trust Zach when he says, I got your back, bro. Like, bro, no.
How'd it go for everyone?
My group, me, Finn, we were just talking about The Bachelor. I don't know if there's any The Bachelorette stands here, but that's all we were talking about. So, yeah.
Got up a little on the fandom chat later.
Yeah,
I forgot
was
to
also
think
in
about
that group, and I had no idea what was happening.
All three of my groups were like really lovely and really personable. I remember like from last season, there were some that just were like awkwardly silent, and that did not happen to me. So I was very, very happy about that because my biggest fear was dead silence.
Did anyone have dead silence that they want to admit to it? So either a lot of really great conversations or a lot of good liars in the chat already. As I mentioned earlier, before we moved into our groups, first impressions are everything in this game, and this round we're gonna put that to the test. In a moment, based on your initial impressions, I am going to ask each of you to private message me your vote for who you would like to grant a major power to that will drastically affect the results of this round. The top vote receiver will not only receive this special advantage, they will also be safe for the round, so please choose wisely. Since CJ and Matt are already safe, you cannot vote for either of them. Additionally, you cannot vote for yourself.
I'm excited. I feel like I've had a lot of great conversations. I've been speaking up a lot. I feel like I'm making good impressions on people. Am I incredibly confident I'm gonna get this? Yes.
I don't think I'm under any false pretenses that I've been making the strongest first impression. I'm definitely like the kind of person that lays low initially and then kind of like warms up after a while.
Take a second, think about it, and please send me your votes now.
So make sure it's Anthony host and not Anthony. I gotta get a nickname or something.
The results are in, and we had a tie.
As there always is in episode 1, it's a tie. Great.
I am going to announce the 2 top vote getters. We will then do a revote. You will only be able to vote for one of these 2 people. The top 2 vote getters were Gabby and Erica.
I am actually flabbergasted.
I'm a little bit scared. If I don't get safety, then all of my information is out there and I'm not safe.
Please send me your vote for either Gabby or Erica now. The results are in, and the tie was broken. The person who received the most first impression votes was Erica. Congratulations, Erica. You are safe for the round and you will receive an advantage.
I never anticipated being the person to win the first power. It kind of makes me feel like, oh crap, I might actually like have a shot here and I might actually be able to like play this game to win.
It couldn't be me who had safety and was in maybe some control of the decision. It was at least someone that I felt a good enough connection to.
Along with CJ and Matt, you will be safe for the round and become one of our 3 bosses. What does it mean to be a boss? This round, we will be competing in teams of 5, in which you will all be the head of your team. One at a time, you will take turns drafting your team.
I'm really excited about Erica being chosen as a boss. Matt, Erica, and I being the 3 bosses, we're all really big personalities, all have really cool glasses.
These are all players that I feel like I've connected with and vibed with, so frankly, I'd be happy to be picked for any of their teams.
By random selection, the order will be CJ, Erica, and then Matt.
My number one pick, I want Gabby on my team.
Let's start with CJ.
One of my biggest regrets from season 1 was that I didn't really get a chance to show any of my strategizing skills in the game. So being a boss and getting to choose my own team is really exciting.
Gabby.
My good Judy, CJ, picks Gabby, and I'm like, girl, we know we have vote smart. We know that we want Gabby on the team.
Obviously, she's a popular player based off the fact that she tied with Erica in the first vote. So I choose her, assuming that she's someone that people, have their eye on.
Erica?
Jesse?
Jesse and I just got each other. The vibes were matching. We were very much on the same page. And so I felt very strongly about having Jesse on my team pretty much instantaneously.
I knew that there was some chemistry there, and I'm glad to see that these good vibes are mutual.
Jesse, you will be on Erica's team. Matt, it is now your turn.
CJ picks Gabby, so I pick my number 2 pick, who I really want to get close with in this game, Greta.
Matt picks me first, which I wasn't expecting, but was really, really pleasantly surprised at.
Sheridan.
Sheridan's new to the game. She's a little bit more quiet, and usually players like that are one of the last picked. So I wanted to kind of show her that everything that I was saying in the introductory part about being a straightforward player and, being a good person to be in an alliance with, I figured that this was a great time to show her that.
Laura?
Then
Christy.
Ethan?
Emily.
What the hell? Did you guys forget? Maybe little, but hello? You want me to stand up for the people in the back? What?
There's less and less of us. My brain is reverting back to high school. I'm like, oh my god,
You can't be the last one picked. That's lame. Come on.
Back to CJ.
Zach.
I'm really excited that he's still available for me to choose for my team, so I definitely snatch him up.
I can see why you would want somebody that you want to be closer with, why you would want to pick them further down in the line, but you also run the risk of somebody else picking me up. So really, where am I on this totem pole? I don't know. And that is something that I A, need to work on, or B, just be conscious of moving forward.
Erica, it is your choice between Anthony and Angelo. Whoever you don't pick will be on Matt's team.
I just didn't want it to be one of those things where we're waiting, 45 seconds, 3 minutes, 5 minutes for me to make a decision. So I just blurted a name.
Angelo.
I get chosen freaking last.
Angelo will be on Erica's team. Anthony, you will be on Matt's team.
I don't know. Did I make a bad impression on people? I thought I was acting really nice.
Even though Anthony was picked last, I was actually really happy to have gotten him on my team because I think he's really funny, and I just wanted to talk to Anthony tonight. Come on, Anthony!
Now that the teams have been selected and you all change into your colors, it's time to explain how tonight will work. Each team will meet to decide on one person they would like to nominate for elimination from one of the other teams. As team captain, the bosses will have final say on these choices, but choose wisely, because choosing the right person may just give your team an edge in this competition that you want to start off with. That's because the team that successfully gets their nominee eliminated tonight will win safety for the next round. The bosses will nominate in the same order that we drew teams. So if you were later in the rotation, you may want to secure a backup choice in case your nominee is taken. Good luck, everyone.
I want you guys to know this choice was not random. You have all been selected because I think you're cool.
Yay! I was really happy with the draft. I got all people that I was already eyeing.
Is there anyone from green or blue that's jumping out for anyone else?
The red team is tasked with nominating somebody else from one of the other teams, and if we can successfully vote that person out, we're safe for the next week. And safety in this game is everything.
I don't remember who else was in the group when this was said, but I know somebody in one of the teams is Claire's sister.
I didn't know that.
Of course, I knew who Claire's sister was, but I wasn't going to volunteer that information because I am interested in working with Greta. Well, we want to pick someone who we think we can get a consensus on, right?
Yeah.
That other people will also want to vote out. We don't want to nominate someone too polarizing because then no one will want to vote with us.
Okay, so I'll say the first name, if that helps. Just for confusion purposes, I feel like we should only have one Anthony, and we can't get rid of the host. So...
That was the star that I had.
That was what I was going to say.
Yeah, I agree.
Just for logistics and voting reasons, honestly, we figured that would be an easy choice for a first person to go.
Even though our reason is a little bit bullshit, he had to change his name in the chat. So yeah. I feel like we just come out, we say it as like there's nothing else we could do, and we had to pick someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
First of all, I'm not feeling particularly threatened yet by anyone that I will want to get rid of, and there's no one whose vibes I'm just like, no, be gone.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like very torn.
Look, it's day one. I don't want to be throwing out people's names for reasons of I don't like so-and-so. And frankly, I don't have any people who I don't like. So I gotta find a reason that's totally strategic, emotionless. I gotta find that thing to get someone out that people can agree on. We're gonna need to pull, people from the other team that like the person we nominate isn't on probably. So like it may be a question of like which team do we think we can like convince to vote for someone, right? Do people have better vibes about red team versus green team?
I already have really good vibes with both CJ and Gabby on the red team. They're both on the red team, so I'm thinking we then kind of target green team.
Right off the bat, we kind of just focused on green team.
If we're not considering like the people behind us, because this is like everyone here is lovely, so it's hard to consider that. I'll say Anthony was last picked. I hate to kind of double down on that.
That's a really good point.
I think he's a total sweetie, but we can already see that he's not everyone's favorite.
I'm with it.
No, I actually really like that logic. I think that's the best logic that we have to follow.
I hate that I said that.
I didn't see Anthony as a threat. I was kind of confused as to why they like picked him immediately.
He doesn't have allies, right? Like,
wouldn't he like not be a threat then if like nobody's like looking at him? I don't know.
And that's the thing. It's like, do we want to go for someone that we think is going to turn into a threat, or do we just want to go with a person who we think will upset us as a whole group the least?
He seems very fun and like excited, so I was kind of disappointed.
So then we go for the low priority, because if we went for a high priority, that would upset people.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree. I unfortunately think that Anthony is the best target for our group.
Look, I was chosen last, so I'm a little scared I'm going to be put up for elimination. If I'm the last one chosen, I could be the first one out of this freaking game, and you know how embarrassing that would be? So hell no.
I really enjoy all of you and want to stick with you throughout the entire game. Even though, Anthony, you were like last pick, I really...
It's all good, Matt. I got you, fam. I got you. I'm going to make the most out of it. I got Matt, and me and Matt and our crew, we're going to go all the way. And hopefully in the future, I'll be their first pick. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to do who we think is the most quote-unquote hated, quote-unquote, or do we want to do who we want out? Because there needs to be some sort of strategy behind this.
The strategy we should probably take is choose someone who didn't leave a huge impression, or honestly someone I didn't talk to and don't know. It's like someone who didn't leave a large impression on people or something.
Really, that first, I think, elimination is like, who is the least impressionable / like, who do you want to, it's sad, but like, who do you want to play the game with the least? I give my team that advice. Like, it's about impression and who do you want to play this game.
Sheridan, I think, hasn't made much of an impression yet, but she also just wasn't in any of my groups. So if anybody else was in a group with her and can say the opposite.
From our group one conversation, I think I want to work with Sheridan moving forward. I thought she was a little bit more reserved, but could be a good partner and fly under the radar. I don't know. I would choose someone else over her potentially, but if we can't think of anyone.
So maybe she could be like a backup. We've got literally like a minute to 30 seconds left.
Wait, also, do we have only like 30 seconds right now?
Okay.
A minute. Okay.
Who are we doing?
It's now time for each boss to name their nominee. One at a time, I will ask the bosses to address the group and tell us who they will be nominating and why. CJ, you're up first.
You know, it's always hard choosing the first person to go because you want everyone to experience the game. I, of all people, don't want someone gone the first episode, but somebody has to get nominated.
first round, this is a difficult position to be in, to have to essentially call someone out and put them up for elimination when I honestly don't know many of you that well, and I would love to get to know all of you more. But unfortunately, that is not the game that we're playing. So for the red team, just for reasons of logistics and lessening confusion, we have put up Anthony, not the host, for elimination.
I should have freaking saw this coming because, I was the last one out. So obviously I'm going to be the first one freaking chosen to get out, of course.
Anthony, you will be nominated this round.
I'm just pissed. But hopefully the people that I'm against are quote-unquote bigger threats than me.
Erica, it is now your turn to address the group.
CJ nominates Anthony for the red team's nomination choice, and immediately I'm panicked.
We were smart enough to come up with an alternative option since we figured Anthony might be a target.
So, completely agree with everything CJ said. Our biggest thing as a team was we don't want what happened season 1, episode 1 to happen again, i.e. going to the W word. So in that case, we will be nominating Greta for what is ultimately a silly reason, because there's only silly reasons at this point, but it's because she is Claire's sister.
Greta is Claire's sister, the winner of season 1. I learned that in one of my cars. Yes.
I didn't learn that information.
It sucks to put Greta up because she's Claire's sister, but hey, a reason's a reason.
No matter what alliances we end up on, if you watched last season, we're gonna have to watch Greta. Like, everyone else should have been watching Claire last season. Don't get me wrong, I think Claire was by far and away the best player last season, but the way she played also scares the living shit out of me.
So we're operating under that logic, and that is the blue team's vote. Thank you. Sorry, Greta.
They know my sister won last game. They may have opinions on the way that she played. I'm intending to play a little bit differently. We're different people.
Greta, you will also be nominated this round.
The reasons that I'm being put up, I think, are beyond my control. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Hopefully I can fight and talk myself out of being the person who's ultimately eliminated.
If you roll the tapes, I accidentally spilled the tea. Greta is Claire's sister. I kind of forget to who, and that's something I gotta work on in this game. But it's a real wake-up call that, like, any little thing you say will come around the whole group.
Matt, you're up next.
Hi, everyone. Based on impression and impression alone, we have nominated Laura.
Wait, do we know who Laura is? I have Laura written down.
Laura has made very little impression. I, in this moment, forgot that I was in a group with Laura. I literally had no idea until I looked over at my groups and I saw her name. And I go, oh, sorry, Laura. I would be fine. Okay, and Sheridan, maybe?
I'm down.
Laura, you are now nominated.
I am shocked about it because I met with Matt and we talked briefly, like a little bit, so I don't know why he didn't defend me in a way, but it's okay. I mean, their reasoning was kind of like annoying, but it's okay.
The way that Matt described her as having a weak first impression was a little spicy, in my opinion. I was pretty surprised that he just came out and said it.
Honestly, people were going off and off and off talking about why they were nominating this person. I was like, guys, we don't even know these people. You can just give like a 2-worded response.
That leaves Anthony, Greta, and Laura as the 3 nominees for elimination.
I am shocked that the green team has been gutted when the nominations come out. I'm feeling really attacked on behalf of the green team.
I was very relieved not to get nominated myself because I was concerned that my spot had been blown up a little bit too much, but nobody from the red team at all got nominated.
One of you will be the first eliminated from the competition. You will all have time to deliberate, but before we do that, there are some important updates I should share with you. Now, I know some of you may be wondering at this point, what is the fight or flight choice? Don't worry, it's coming, but before we get there, I'm going to introduce a new element to this game, which may just shake things up even further. This season will feature its own currency, which we are calling boarding bucks.
Fight or flight got cash now, babies.
Each of you will start the game with 1 boarding buck, which you can use to purchase advantages throughout the competition. But be careful how you use them, because saving your boarding bucks until the end may just give you the upper hand you need to win this game. Opportunities to spend or accrue boarding bucks will come up unexpectedly. That being said, boarding bucks can be shared freely between players, so you are encouraged to barter with them. Additionally, when a player is voted out of the game, they will be forced to give their boarding bucks to someone who is still in the game.
Boarding bucks is this new currency we have in Fight or Flight, a brand new aspect of the game.
We get to trade around our money and use it to buy advantages.
We all start off with 1 boarding buck. We can acquire more boarding bucks at random times throughout the game. We will not know when these occasions come or how many boarding bucks we can get.
But the main way we know we can get money is by getting them from people voted out. When someone's eliminated, they choose who to give all of their boarding bucks to. And so if you're friends with the person who goes home, well, hey, you just had a big payday.
Boarding bucks are a way for us to have control over some of the bonuses that we might get.
I am excited about these boarding bucks.
It just enters so much more ambiguity in the game and a whole other level of things that you need to calculate and keep track of who is keeping what money and what's being secretly sent to somebody else.
It's so hard to plan around, but you always need to have it in the back of your head because we know it's going to be important all the way through the end of the game.
You'll see in the main chat, you were sent a copy of the boarding bucks menu so that you can refer to it throughout the game. Both of these powers can only be bought once by one person, and they are usable until the final 5.
If you are eliminated from the game, you can use your fight pass to go into a sudden death duel with another player from the game, and you get to choose who that other player is. Or you can use your fight pass if somebody else gets eliminated to the game to bring them back, send them into a sudden death, and they get to choose who they're going to play against.
You never know how many boarding bucks someone has. It's confidential information. So, someone that you think you have on the chopping block and you've got them all set up to go home, they might have a fight pass and be able to take you into a game and send you home.
With the steal a vote, what would happen if I used it is that I would get to pick one person who has a vote currently, take that away from them so that they get none, and I have 2 votes.
The thing is that there's only one of each to be bought, and whoever buys it first, then it's gone and it's done.
Immediately I start thinking about, okay, we're definitely going to be incentivized to give people our boarding bucks and add them all together and form alliances so that we can have a say in how the big pool of boarding bucks gets used.
Tonight, you will have your first opportunity to accrue boarding bucks. This round is called Boss or Bitch, and here is how it'll work. The bosses have done their part in nominating one player on behalf of each team. That being said, CJ, Matt, and Erica will not have votes this round, so the power now shifts to the rest of you. As I told you earlier, the team whose nominee goes home will earn safety in the next round, which makes your choice clear. Are you going to fight for your team's safety or fight for another's? Why would you fight and help another team? Because if you are able to successfully vote out someone else's target, you will earn yourself 1 boarding buck. Does this make sense to everyone?
The fight choice, Boss, you get to double down with your team and say, we are sending the person home that we said as a team we want gone. And if you do that, then you get safety for the next round.
That's not just safety for one person, that's safety for a whole ass team, and that is crazy.
The bitch choice is to abandon your team vote and vote for the person you think is going to actually go home.
They might not be who your team wants gone, but you get boarding bucks for doing it. So this early on backstabbing could be an easy way to rack up that currency.
If that person does not go home, you don't receive anything, and you've kind of shown yourself to be a yellow belly to your team.
As someone who is both a boss and a bitch in real life, I appreciated it.
You will have 20 minutes to strategize. As a reminder, the nominees are Anthony, Greta, and Laura. Good luck, everyone.
Guys, they're out to get us.
I think the green team is probably in the worst position here because we have 2 players on our team up for elimination.
Greta, like this group we needs to stick together.
I want you here.
Go Power Rangers. We gotta, Avengers Assemble. Each one of us needs to take like 2 people in a call, and don't directly tell them to vote out Laura, but just like hint at it, all right? So we all need to work together to keep the green team safe and compact. If it's not Laura, it's going to be either me or Greta.
We decide we're each going to kind of split up, try and get as many people as possible, and we're gunning for Laura.
Right off the bat, my gears are turning. I see that both red team and blue team nominated someone from green, and we've all got a vested interest in making the right choice together, so I know that we want to get these teams to merge. So quickly, I make the purple chat.
Immediately, blue team reaches out to us and says, hey, do you want to like collude on this? Do we want to make a strategy here? So all of a sudden, all of us kind of hop into a chat together.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
It's about to be a very big chat.
Oh,
What's going on?
Gosh, yeah. What are you?
Oh, because red and blue make purple.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
We see that we're all kind of on the same page. One of the teams is gonna get the boss choice. One of them should just all lean in and vote for the other team's choice so that they can at least benefit and get the money from it. So the question becomes, are we getting rid of Greta or Anthony?
Do you guys want to vote Anthony? Because if you do, we would have the votes for you guys to be able to get the boarding bucks. So there's that benefit for you. While, like, I totally understand you would want to keep your team safe, like, if you have that opportunity. I also think, like, keeping Claire's little sister here is, like, really good TV. It's just, like, going to be a cool continuity.
As someone who was done dirty by Claire in the first season, I can understand, but I also feel like, you know, you got to give Greta a chance to make her own splash.
So obviously, like, that choice ends up being, like, up to you guys and your team and your boss. But at this point, the way the conversation's looking, we're going to be square either way.
It's hard to choose either of them because they're both so sweet and we haven't really gotten to know them yet. I like Anthony. He seems like such a sweetie.
He does.
He does, yeah.
But he also, and not to be like the ruthless reality TV veteran, but he would make for an easy first out.
That's what we were talking about in our call.
Like, it's I hate how cruel it sounds, but it does.
Red team's first vote was Anthony. Our technical first vote was Anthony. There was a lot to touch on there and just agree upon there. It was a very simplistic call, and the plan seemed very solidified, if you ask me.
It cuts down on the confusion, especially when it comes down to, like, messaging privately. Like, I know that at some point in the season, someone's going to message him what their vote is, and it's probably going to be their vote for him. So, yeah, in this next round, make sure you're extra careful. You're sending it to Anthony Host if that's where your vote's going to be.
We're all kind of centering in on Anthony, and then we all kind of split off to go spread the good word.
I want to explain to Greta why her name is up for nomination, because I don't think it's right to throw someone's name out for elimination without really speaking to them.
I didn't really want to see her or talk to her because she put me up.
Our original plan was to vote out Anthony. You were our like backup choice, which because like the only reason we could come up with was the Claire thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you've heard, but I just wanted to let you know that like my team is very much like not coming for you. They're very much agreeing with the red team and going for Anthony right now. So I just wanted to kind of like put you at ease.
She is super reassuring, really nice, and from her, I start to get the sense that I actually might be safe.
Genuinely, there is no like she's gonna play like Claire-ness, like you are a separate person. We all recognize that. We literally were just trying to come up with a reason. I have an older sister, and my older sister would play this game not at all, but if she did, she would play it nothing like I played it. So I didn't really like the fact that I was like, that could be concerning, because in retrospect, like, no, it's not concerning at all. I don't think there is a problem.
Green team, obviously, like, we're gonna vote. We're just gonna vote for Laura. Like, we don't want to vote one of our own out. But it seems like then, like, maybe the tides are kind of pointing to Anthony. I don't want to vote for Anthony, but I also don't want to fight for myself not to get voted out as well as Anthony. So I just try to choose keeping myself in the game.
I decided to call Matt and figure out why their team picked me.
This is like me being fully honest. I never said your name in our group.
No, that's totally fine.
And I was just like, I'm just going to go with the flow. And I was like, sure, that's fine.
The only reason why they picked me was because none of them met with me. No, I was just like curious because I was like, I didn't really meet anybody on the green team except for you.
I didn't remember at that moment that she was in my group. Oops. Honest, I forgot we were in one of the intro groups.
Yeah, no, it's totally.
And they just said, oh, I wasn't in a group with Laura. I kind of admitted to her I didn't remember her. So it might cause some tension later on. But I really honestly say to her, like, girl, this wasn't anything personal. I still want to play the game with you. I think even from my speech, it was so short, like, I didn't have anything to say from it.
Yeah,
So-
no, that's like what I was like, because I was like, wait, I wasn't in a call with any of them except for Matt, so I was like, I feel like it was
that I could have been so bitchy and been like, yeah, you really rubbed me the wrong way. That one sentence you said, oh God.
I was like, oh my God.
Oh. Hopefully it'll just be a quick band-aid so any target that was on my back for nominating her will go away.
All right, well, that's reassuring. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And I can't wait to play this with you for the next few rounds.
Yeah.
I do go over to other people on other teams. I go, girl, you can vote anyone off my team. I don't care. Yeah, I'm okay with you voting someone out on my team. I understand 2 people from my team, or it's fine. Like, it's just like there's no attachment. Yeah, first round. Who cares?
Yeah.
I was going on it because I don't want to be on the wrong side because I was in the very beginning last season and we saw how that worked out for me.
My team is going to be aiming for someone on your team, whether that's
And
it's not clear yet.
The red side and the blue side, they're going to work together and try to get one of the green people out. We wanted to keep the green team together, but
yeah, of course.
Obviously that's not going to happen because if the blue team and the red team work together, we're basically screwed. So there's no way of putting this, but Greta, I'm sorry, girl, but you got to go. Greta, supposedly her sister won last season or something like that.
She did. It's less about the fact that her sister won last season and more about the way her sister played the game last season. But that being said, I truly don't think that just because Claire behaved a certain way in season
one
absolutely does not reflect on Greta at all. And we know that. We literally were just in this position of we have to pick a person and none of us know each other.
That didn't work. So obviously bad-mouthing Greta did not do anything for my situation. If the blue team and red team are leaning towards me, just let me know just so it's not shocking, you know?
We'll definitely give you a heads up once I meet with my team again and hear back from them.
I hope they keep their word and are honest with me if it's my time to go, but apparently everyone says I'm good. Just if I do get eliminated, can you just let me know so I'm not like blindsided? Just private message me if you could.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, no,
Oh, where did you go?
Why? Why me? Why did you call me first? I have to go, but I gotta say, start talking to the bosses.
All right. I don't know. They're not answering my calls, so I don't know what to do.
Oh,
anyway,
no, man. I don't know what to do. I'm only one person. I have no power.
I'll see you. All right. Take care.
All right. I'll see you. It just turned against him so quickly. I just didn't know what to do.
Let me know if I'm gonna get out. Just freaking let me know. Don't freaking blindside me. Like, be honest. There's not really much I can do at this point, but like I said, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
He kind of seems to know that the writing is on the wall for him. I feel really bad for him, honestly. Like, he seems like he has a really fun vibe, but I think he knows what's coming.
I really appreciate meeting with you. You seem really nice, and let's, hopefully take one home. But yeah.
Very kind of
Alrighty.
you. Yeah, hoping for the best. So I don't feel a lot of guilt in terms of voting him out because he seems like he's made his peace with it. And I am also feeling pretty good that we're basically guaranteed safety for the next round.
He called me earlier and I said that I don't know where the vote is right now, but he asked if the vote is going towards him, that I let him know.
Anthony told him if we think he's going to go home, he would really appreciate it if Zach gave him a heads up beforehand, just so that he knows.
Red Group wants me to do that. Hopefully he'll then give us his dollar. If we're the only persons that go and tell him that he's going before he goes. That's what I'm thinking. So it'll only benefit us if I do that.
The fact that Zach was already thinking about that made me realize that he's a very strategic player and here to play the game. Because I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm just like, who am I going to vote for? I'm not even thinking about like the Bucks.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Should we go back in the Red Group and like make a decision about that?
Yeah.
I think there are different ways that people can play a game like this, and the way that I will try to play it is by being honest and true to myself, maybe.
I want to talk to the red team because they're sitting in a pretty good position right now. They don't have any nominees up.
How are you? How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling a little shook because I don't love, obviously, that 2 people on the green team were put up. Even though the odds are against us, I'm still going to do everything that I can to put the vote on Laura. The green team would get the safety, but you all would get boarding bucks if all of you voted for her and she went home.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. Just based off last season, I'm kind of a sucker for safety. So I have done a bit of campaigning to try to ensure that for my team, just for full transparency with you.
I want to be a straight shooter with them because I know that, they're someone I'm going to want to work with. And I let them know that the vote is looking like it's for Anthony. So if they want to save themselves, they should vote Anthony out.
Honestly, my advice would be to vote Anthony just to get the boarding bucks at least.
Okay.
Because that's going to be, I think that's kind of where it's going to end up leading. Just based off of the calls I've been in, that's the word I've gotten.
Her mind seems pretty made up, and I'm feeling pretty hopeless on behalf of Anthony and the green team.
Red and blue, they're gonna have a talk and then see. So, yeah. But they're sticking with their teams, so. But what did you guys hear?
Yeah, I did talk with a few people, and I did hear, so I think what might have happened, I think the blue team's first choice might have been you, Anthony. Mm-hmm. So I think for them, it was an easy decision to flip from Greta to you. I sort of break the news to Anthony about what I heard about the red team and blue team. Red team is going to get the safety, and the blue team is going to get the bucks, and we're just going to be screwed, I guess.
Yeah, but like I said, it's all good. It's been a pleasure, guys. If it like I said, we don't know.
He actually takes the news very well and tells us up front on no uncertain terms that we can even switch our votes and vote for him as well to get the boarding buck.
I think we all should just stick with blue. I mean, if you guys want the bucks, you guys go ahead. Like I said, I'm not stopping you. But I'm going to vote blue.
I think that's pretty nice of him. And quite honestly, considering how hopeless it seems, and it seems that, the tide has turned and this is what's going to happen, I might do just that.
Now my choice is whether or not I'm going to be loyal to my green team and take the boarding buck on the sure vote for Anthony, or get nothing and vote with my heart.
I forgot about the Bucks, but I'm just gonna vote. I'm voting for Laura. I don't want to vote for someone.
Because if red and blue, if green sticks together, maybe there's a chance. Maybe. I gotta respect whatever they do, but hopefully the decision they choose involves taking me to the next round.
We have now reached our first elimination of the season. I'm going to throw it to the nominees first. How are you feeling? Were these nominations a shock to you?
I was picked last, but that doesn't mean anything. But I mean, in gym class, I get picked last anyway. No, I'm kidding. But but it's like I said, it's okay. Someone has to get put up first, so no hard feelings for red team.
Yeah, I saw this coming at some point just because my younger sister played last season and did pretty well. So I thought this would come up in some way. Didn't know it would come up the first night, but hopefully everyone just takes time to get to know me and sees me as my own person. For those of you I've talked to, great chats. Hope to meet more of you if I make it to further rounds.
I feel bad because, I didn't really get to talk to many of you, so, I understand that it was we didn't really get to talk to her, so let's pick her, so, yeah.
There's something weird about the elimination room that really removes my filter.
I don't know, it's so hard to have, a reason for anyone, and, these people you just met, who everyone is, lovely. But I feel like red team and blue team had at least something to cite, whereas, green team, it felt harsh. The reason of just like, yeah, we just didn't click. So that one hurt, and maybe it's just because like we're also teammates.
As words keep coming out, I am catching myself saying stuff that I probably should have kept to myself.
People were coming for my team and they were coming for me, and so I set the scene straight. My speech was brief because I didn't have anything to say. I don't know Laura, and so I didn't have a whole spiel to make it fictionalized. I just had to nominate someone, and so that's what I did.
I really just meant to say, hey, let's get someone off on Green. Green is wrong here. It doesn't matter which one. It's an arbitrary choice. But Matt seems to be taking this personally.
Honestly, I'm here to play a game, and people have to get nominated. And if 3 people have to get nominated, I'm not wasting time in that speech.
You know, you have this fight or flight choice. It's the first fight or flight choice of the season. You can either go with your boss and try to go for that safety, or maybe you want to go away from your team's nominee and flight for that extra boarding buck. What are the pros of the fight option, and what are the pros of the flight option?
On the individual level, like what this decision is too, is like what you think is going to be best for your short-term game and what's going to be better for the long term. Obviously, the safety is going to get you by the next week, but like the buck might be able to cause you some like mobility later on in the game if you think you're feeling safe.
Everyone's first instinct is to try to save themselves and save their team. But, as you start to get numbers from other people, you start to realize that things may sway one way or another. So I really feel like intrigued about the green team having 2 people up for elimination and making the choice whether to be loyal to your team or vote one of them out and help yourself in the future. I would not want to be in your guys' shoes.
There is a really tempting option to vote for Anthony because I know where the vote's going to go. It feels like it's not a fight or flight. It's like loyalty or money, like greed. It's like kind of a different decision, which is interesting. I think I want to stick with the green team and, not flip on my own team members.
Well, it just feels like we're kind of going into this as the underdogs already. The probability is that we'll be down a person, and that's just a disadvantage going into next week since we talked to our team mostly throughout tonight.
I'm going to throw it to the 3 nominees. I'm going to give you all a chance just to plead for your safety before we go into the vote. Whoever wishes to start, just turn off your mic and jump right in.
You guys got to do what is best for you. What do I want? Me safe? Yes. But like if I can somewhat be beneficial, you know what to do. It's not looking good for me, but hopefully maybe the fight or flight gods will give me a blessing.
Yeah, again, I really hope I can play more. Tonight's been really, really fun already, and it's been, again, nice to have conversations with everyone. I feel really similarly to Anthony, like, no hard feelings, totally get that this was a really tough decision because we don't all know each other very well. So, again, if I get to play more, excited to do that. If I don't, it was really nice talking to you all and playing with you all.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing as everyone. Like, I love all of you. Everyone that I met was really nice. If I didn't get to meet you, I'm sure you're equally as nice.
So please private message me your vote now. Again, the nominees are Anthony, Greta, and Laura.
I have to go with my heart, and I have to save the green team as much as I can. And I'm gonna vote for Laura.
Tried to just go ahead and cast my vote for Laura just to kind of stay true to the green team. So what I lose in boarding bucks, I gain in loyalty drachma, and that's the end of that.
It makes me sad, but I do cast my vote for Anthony. Voting to save him when I know he's gonna get out would essentially be a choice based solely on principle, and in a game like this, you can't make choices based on principle. You have to make choices based on strategy, so that's what I'm doing.
Obviously, you were the 3 nominees for the round. Greta, you can turn off your video, you are safe. This means it comes down to Anthony and Laura. And the first person eliminated from season 2 of Fight or Flight is Anthony. I'm sorry, Anthony, but you have been eliminated.
It hurts. It really does hurt. I'm the very first one out. You know how embarrassing that is? I came into this game with such high hopes, promising to do big things. I was going to change this game so much. Like I said, it's all good, okay? All right, hearts for all you guys. Am I salty? I'm a little salty. Like, come on, first one out could have been second one out at least. Like, really? But like I said, it is all good. Like I said, green team, let's get that W. Let's get that W. No, but like I said, no hate to red or blue. You guys, all you guys are so unique and so great individuals. Y'all beautiful. So keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, let's go fight or flight. Yeah. Good luck, everyone. I'll be nice, but I'll be back. This ain't the last of me for fight or flight. I'm coming back in season 3, baby. Boy, y'all better be ready. Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's get it. All right. Anyway, yeah, it was good seeing you guys. Peace out. Barini Beats out.
Thank you, Anthony. You put up a great fight, but it's time for you to fight.
Bye, Anthony. Unfortunately, there weren't room for 2 of you, but I wish you the best. It was really nice getting to know you briefly, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Goodbye, Anthony. I'm really sorry you had to go so soon. I didn't like voting for you, but you said that I could do it, so I did because I wanted a boarding buck. I really tried. I tried to fight for you. I wish we could have played together longer.
Anthony, I'm so bummed that I'm not going to have you to talk about The Bachelor with during this show. Absolutely devastated to be losing such a valuable player from the green team.
I'm really disappointed, honestly, that you got voted out. I would have vouched for you, but it's either you or me, so gotta go with me.
I hope we stay in touch after this game, and I can't wait to talk to you soon. I'll see you later.
Congratulations, everyone, for surviving the first round of this game.
Woo! Red team dominates. The person we put up for elimination is eliminated, which means we're going to be safe next round.
I think we have gone into this with good strategy. We've really made sure that everybody's aligned, and we've also picked what feels the most logical route. So it feels good to have earned that and for things to have gone the way that we planned.
We don't need to worry about being nominated or leaving. It gives us time to work on alliances and making connections.
After the elimination, I hop on a call with Matt. Did I throw you under the bus with that comment? I'm so sorry. I'm not feeling good about what I said in the elimination room, and his response scares me. So I want to clear the air a little bit.
We're good. I really want to continue this, and let's do it these next few rounds. And
let's bring the drama.
Come on, let's do it.
We're fine. But, other people probably think we have beef.
What if it's like a whole strategy? Like at a certain point we start something in order for people to think we're separate.
I am not opposed to that concept. I would love to be able to work with Matt and have everyone think that we hate each other and are at each other's throats, but we're actually just kind of moving the pieces around the board and playing together.
Being put up for elimination, moving forward, I think I need to talk to as many people as I can.
How are you feeling? Surviving a vote?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, I wanted to talk to both of you just because, like, I don't know, I just really appreciate our conversation. Even though I'm on the green team, they're on the red team, I want to start making groups of alliances outside of the colors based on, like, relationships and what we can do together moving forward in the game. Obviously, we're one down in the green group, and I'm probably going to still talk to that group, but I definitely want to, like, break that personally as soon as possible and also just get to know like the players themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I get a really good sense that Greta is a strong ally to have, and also that as the game progresses, I don't think she's married to green team as her ride or die.
I think hopefully like after week 2 that stuff kind of like dissipate a little bit, like after one team is safe, because it just changes up so fast week to week.
I really like Greta and I really like Gabby. I get to connect with both of them, and I think we're all going for the same thing, which is not to be the most noticeable person in the room, but definitely to play like the smartest plays. We should try to chat before like next session.
Yeah.
Up with a sneaky little group name.
I have a feeling this is going to be a good group of women to kind of be aligned with and move forward with.
So, like, people will know we're pairing no matter what. Like, no matter how little or how much we talk. But why waste our time by talking with each other when maybe we can fill each other in after the game?
We have to stay as far away from each other as possible. Because we're both returning players, the assumption is going to be that we're going to try to build an alliance together and, you know, have our returning player final 2, which we would love to have happen, but they don't need to know that.
For me personally, I will never ever deceive you in any way, and I will give you
100%.
honest facts through the whole game till we're final two. You
Like,
are my
literally.
final two. Our experiences together have just led us together, and so that's who I really want to continue this game with.
Creating like separate alliances essentially, and then being able to like cross-reference and go back to each other is just going to help us.
So going into the next round, I'm feeling really good. I feel like I've already started, laying the foundation of an alliance. So I'm really excited, a little bit nervous, but overall feeling really confident and excited to kick all their asses.
So before I go, I have a boarding book. I got to give it to someone who was nice to me, trustworthy, and I knew had my back, and I knew is going to need this book, and who I want to win this game. And that's my boy Finley.
I feel like my decision to play with my heart and play for friends and play for loyalty and to go into that elimination round knowing that I was going to lose out on the buck, but play with my team and be a loyal teammate. And I got my buck anyway. I feel vindicated. I feel excited. I feel confident that my strategy is the right one.
Finley was my favorite out of all of them, and Finley's going to need it with these fake ass hoes.